What's up, guys? What's up, guys? It's the real Yana Lu with Nightcap and Yana Lu and the crew. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling tonight? Everybody feeling good?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yo.
Love it. I love it. Just show y'all who we got going on right here tonight, guys. We got a beautiful show right now. We got the queen in the house.
Hey, everybody.
Miss Christina Clemens running for 2024 President of the United States of America. Big applause, guys. Big applause. Thank you. I like that. We got Mr. D-Dub over here. That's Big Daddy.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling this evening?
I'm feeling good.
That's a blessing to know everybody's feeling good.
Amen. Got Lee Johnson in here, Mr. Philosopher. What's going on, Mr. Lee Johnson? You good?
Shit, still feeling so Atlanta today. You know,
Okay.
Every day, all day.
I think I didn't caught on to that Atlanta. I really like that Atlanta. I'm
So
feeling Atlanta
today.
too. All right.
All day long.
Got my baby Pure Soul in the house. Songbird, what's going on?
We in the house. How everybody doing? I'm blessed.
All right. I like it. Let me talk to we got my audience going on right here. What's going on, big babies? We got some famous people out here tonight. How y'all doing tonight? They doing well. Some beautiful faces in here. Tonight, guys, we got some good music. Nightcap with Yana Lu and the crew. We are always chiming in on those topics that people talk about behind closed doors that need to be expounded on in front of everybody. That is what this show is about. And we love for you to come and meet us every Friday night. Tonight we are a little late because we had Miss President in the house. Please go and watch that show so you can catch yourself up on what's going on. But what we're going to do tonight, guys, we got some topics in the house, and the topics tonight is paying homage to the step parents. And Lee Johnson had a topic also. We're going to slide that in. Also. We're going to have you controlling this. Thank you, big baby. Guys, if you are tuned in to Ongo Production, if you would like to chat with us, I can pass this keyboard all over here to Big Baby, and they can read and type. Patrick, if you could let us come and help us and let us see if people are typing to us. They have been requesting that they want to type to us, and we want them to type to us. Guys, this is Nightcap with Yana Lu and the crew. So tonight, we got Miss President here. I'm going to pose this question to her first, and I want to get some understanding, guys, from what it is, from her perspective of how we can talk about this step parenting thing, because we have been having issues in our family homes. We have been having issues with our children. We have been having issues, just period, guys. And it's time out for us not looking at this parenting thing the way that it needs to be. I'm going to listen to everybody's perspective throughout the night. And at the end of the night, I'm definitely going to expound upon it. I want to give homage to Bleak. Bleed is my friend over there at the shop in Lithonia, at Mr. Ruddock's shop. And he told me, Yana, make sure you let everybody talk and don't break them. Let them talk. So, President, thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Anytime.
Thank you for coming on the show tonight. We lift you up in every walk of life that you have to walk, this heavy walk. And we thank you for taking this opportunity to walk in that president's walk that we couldn't walk. We want to thank you tonight. But tonight we want to go ahead and dive into incest. So, not incest, but that was last week's topic. We'll talk about that a little bit too. But we want to dive into, forgive me guys, step parenting. Step parents and parenting kids. What is your take on step parents? Because they don't get enough recognition these days. We don't pay enough homage to people that decide to step into your life and raise your children that are not theirs. And it doesn't have to be their seed or the womb. You're taking their energy and their time. You're putting them aside from choosing to do what they wanted to do, but they decided to put into you and yours. So, what's your take? How do you look at step parents today and the respect? Is it enough? Do we need to take a look at it and revisit it again? What's that looking like for you, step parents?
It's it's a big bottle for me. Well, I respect anyone who takes that position. That's a beautiful heart for someone to nurture and care for a child that's not theirs. But my mind thinks in beginnings, right? So I will say I'll take it all the way back to slavery, and how our family dynamic was intentionally broken down. If anyone has read the Willie Lynch letter, it was designed that way. So it's no surprise that our families and our homes are broken. It goes all the way to even the males being used as sex farms, right? So there's a detachment there. It goes as far back as, you're having that family dynamic and then you're ripped apart, right? So imagine the minds of those parents who had to teach the next generation and then the next generation. So it's nothing abnormal. It's a struggle that we've been struggling for the longest fight. So for anyone who steps into that role, it should be commended on.
I like that. Lee, I hear you comment. Is there something that you'd like to?
Shoot, I remember there was a time that stepdaddy was commendable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I think I was over here and like when brothers was coming back from war and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying? And people was messed up, especially the Vietnam War, you know what I'm saying? Them brothers was taking on whole families, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. With factory jobs. He's raising other, you know what I'm saying? And them brothers was coming home. He was the king of the castle. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't challenged. You know what I'm saying? Nothing was going on. It's just a lot. And I understand you can't trust every man around your child, but you gotta pay attention to that. But you can't, like me, I don't have any kids. So I am stepdaddy to, you know what I'm saying? And almost every woman I date being 47, I don't know. I haven't dated a woman that had kids in a long time. So you know what I'm saying? You just got to be ready for that, man. If you ain't ready to meet nobody's kids and take that role and do it properly, and ladies, man, y'all gotta now push that on somebody. Like just push it on them. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean push it? Push it.
Like, I mean, listen, let me know if the kid's coming on a date. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? I might have money for a babysitter. Just don't throw them in a car and just be like, you forced me to deal with your child. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking your child, but you know what I'm saying? I met some bad kids, you know what I'm saying? I've left some women for kids. Like kids were so bad, so you know what I'm saying? I had to be out, and I've had some women, they was horrible to their kids. Their kids was gems. Their kids was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They would just be all over me, and she was just so horrible to the kids. And I was like, I've had situations where me and the baby father was cool, and we was against her because she was so.
So when it comes to step parents, for you, Lee Johnson, for the fathers, because I know sometimes these women, we women, and I'm just going to say women because it has been, and we know, women, don't get mad at me. If you do, you the one I'm talking to. You the one that need to wake up if I'm stepping on your toes. Good women, kudos to you and congratulations, real talk. But women, I'm hearing a lot of these men, I hear say, Lee, that they don't want them to spank their children. I want to specifically talk about spanking their children because I feel like if a man is able to raise one, feed one, dive into the mama the long way, and give his knowledge, you understand what I'm saying? And from his loins, why can't he spank your child? What's your take on spanking?
I think if you date a man and if y'all get to the point where y'all, I guess, married and thinking about being married and y'all living together, I mean, you should be smart enough to know that he should be able to, I ain't saying free reign, and also it's the situation, like, is the baby father dead? Is he in prison? What's the situation with that? My first thing is don't even touch that man. Kids, you need to call that dude. I hope, and if he's not in the life, you know what I'm saying? And then I guess I never put my hands on nobody else's child, dead or alive in prison. I don't think, to me, that would make me leave you if I had to put my hands on your child. I really don't think you should put no hands. I mean, she should allow him to do it. And if that's y'all dynamic, I don't see nothing wrong with it. But me personally, I don't put my hands on nobody else's child. I wouldn't dead or alive, she really needs to either, the child need to understand my dynamic with this, what's going on, or me and hers is not gonna work, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna.
So you don't you wouldn't really want to.
I wouldn't. I'm not beating. I wouldn't advise no man to put his hands on nobody else's child, man. Like, I mean, unless y'all have that dynamic. Like my sister had a maybe once, and he almost cried. You know what I'm saying? So like, nah, I wouldn't. My advice put my hands on no other man's child.
Okay.
Not if he came from your nut bag. I wouldn't touch it.
May I add something?
Yeah, definitely. Go right ahead.
So it's a strong belief that when you dating someone, and we need to change as a culture, that it shouldn't be immediately, do you smoke or drink, right? That should be the first conversations of pros and cons and negotiations and absolute non-negotiables. I personally don't beat my kids because they're little humans that our responsibility is to train their minds. So if I have to beat them, that's, again, another slavery mentality just passing down. I don't want them to fear me. I want them to fear God, and I want them to understand their role and responsibility as themselves. And unfortunately, right now, people's integrity is not up to par. So I wouldn't recommend anybody putting hands on anybody because sometimes most grown people can't control their own temper, right? And then you're spanking on a child from that place. You unintentionally are harming that child, and then it becomes bigger. It needs to be a conversation had from birth all the way up.
I kind of agree to disagree, because listen, it depends on how you give the punishment. Let me tell you, my mother used to beat me, and I never did it again. She explained she didn't beat me when she was angry. She waited till she calmed down, and that was the anticipation of what was even worse. But when she beat me, she explained to me why she's about to beat me. You understand? And then after she beat me, you know what I'm saying? She might show me a little love and she might not, but I understood why, and I never did that again. I don't think corporal punishment, because listen, man, some people should have got some butt whoopings. I don't think corporal punishment is. I'm pretty sure they was doing it back in the day. Because everybody, you had ADHD kids that we didn't understand it was ADHD, and you might have to pop them like, sit down, little homie, you know what I'm saying, what's going on, but you know what I'm saying, like, but if you explain to them why I'm doing this to you, and don't do it like you said, don't do it while you mad. If you mad, I ain't even got no kids. I'm sorry.
But no, you
y'all got kids, man. Come on.
Get some more people answers
too. The
too.
only thing is, I used to get beat when I was a child too, but that never changed my behavior, right? It just made me like, all right, I'm gonna be smarter about it.
You hard-headed.
Right.
I am.
I'm gonna break y'all two up. I love y'all too. I'm gonna break y'all up for a second, one quick, Queen. I don't want to be mean, but y'all don't be doing some crazy shit. Y'all get long-winded for me. Pure Soul, I need to see what's going on in your mind about spanking children.
Well,
spanking stepchildren.
I definitely know a little something about that. Like I said, I've been with my wife for 25 years. When I got with her, she had 2 boys. One was 4 and one was 1. When I fell in love with the wife, and I took the role of being with the wife, I also took the role of being their father, not step. I don't believe in step. You know what I'm saying? I raised them all. At the same time, they know their father, they know their real father.
That part.
And one thing I would never do, I would never downplay their father. That's one thing they got to learn for themselves. They know who's there and who's not there.
Amazing.
So you don't talk down on another parent. That's something they'll see for themselves.
Yeah. Amazing. D-Dub, let me hear what you think. We have different perspectives on this show. And I don't mean to be rude, guys. I'm just a realist. I like to get everybody's perspective. I know we came on here a little late, but I just want to make sure that we touch everybody. So, D-Dub, give me a little bit about what you feel about spanking stepchildren.
I've been in different relationships in my life. When I was young, my first relationship, the mother was older than me, and she had kids already. And when I came in her life, I was like feeling myself to become a man. I was becoming a man and taking care of kids as I'm raising myself to be a man. So at the same time, their father was older than me. But I had to deal with kids with different personalities. She had 3 kids already, and then she ended up being pregnant by me. So in the midst of all that, I had 3 different personalities of young men I'm dealing with that knew they had a father and knew I wasn't their father. So they would say certain things like, well, you know, I know you ain't gonna do this because I get my daddy to do this and do that. I had a personality like this. Once I invest, I bless. So if I'm investing in something, I have entitlement. I'm not gonna ever just hurt anybody's child. But at the same time, this is where we go wrong at. If you look at the world today, all these young kids I had from social media across the world, ain't none of them ever been punished for nothing. And they walk around here with so much entitlement. But just think about it. We might have got whippings back in the day, and the whippings we might have got, we might have said it didn't do nothing for you, but I guarantee you more respectful than the average kid that ain't getting a whipping today. See, that's the difference of discipline than not discipline. So when everybody's saying, "But I ain't gonna whoop my child, I ain't do this," but I guarantee you, your child is more sarcastic when it comes to talking to you and disrespectful talking back to you because they know you're not gonna do nothing to them. But if they know you will get down on them, I guarantee you they'll slow their roll on how they say certain things.
Let me tell y'all something.
I'm being real with you, baby.
For sure.
I'm gonna tell y'all Yana Lu side. Whoop that ass.
Most definitely.
It's called Don't Spare the Rod.
There you go.
Sorry, kids in the house. I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry. It's don't spare the rod, guys. We are really messing our children up. First of all, these half parents. Okay, half parents is the parents that got to go buy these killer games. Half parents is the parents that got to go buy these iPhones and cell phones and pressing these kids every 15 minutes. They come out with something that I can't keep up and my phone won't work because I'm still with an 11 because your baby want a 15, 16, 14, and the more y'all buy it, the more they keep. Half parents, you're trying to impress the neighborhood. You're trying to impress one another. And so at this point in time, I believe that if a man comes, let me see y'all. If a man comes in my life, I'm single right now on purpose, okay? If a man comes in my life, and if my children were still yet young, pygmy, that's what they call them, Jamaican children, pygmies. If you were still yet young, you better spank mine. See, me and my kids, we gonna have a conversation. Baby, we chose up. He chose us back. You might not have to like him, but you're gonna respect him. And if you don't respect him, he's going to be the one tapping that ass. I'm not going to do it. Because, see, I need to break the scene of, for number one, to allow him, guys, to spank your kid. You have to mentally, physically, and spiritually already have talked to God and had that come to Jesus moment to not just relinquish your children in anyone's such hands. So at that point, I believe, because I want to hear what the audience got to say too. At that point, I believe that if you're big enough to lay down with a man and let him keep diving in your lukewarm waters, because it ain't cooling water, because you probably ain't married, and if he is, you're hard-headed. But if you have not consulted God about who you're with, then yes, do not let them spank your child. But if you have consulted God and God has shown you guys that this is the marriage that you're supposed to be in, the relationship, he has every bit, because where's the knucklehead daddy at? Y'all want to hold these daddies accountable for all this stuff, but you don't want to look back at the one that really created it. You want to tell the one that's laying down with you that he can't do this and do that, but you want him to feed him and put clothes on him and all this. You want him to sit there and listen to all this fake, I'm going to church and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you can't even be the Christian woman that you proclaim. What y'all think about spanking, chilling?
Okay, so I feel like, especially with stepchildren, I've had the opportunity to be in 2 situations with stepchildren. And the first thing I'll say is rapport is a big part of it. I mean, you can't have discipline without rapport, right? And so if you don't have the rapport and you haven't taken the time to develop the rapport with the child, then you disciplining the child is probably not appropriate. So as a stepfather, if you're going to play that role, you better have the rapport to be able to do it. Because discipline, you have to be able to show love on one side, right? As well as show that discipline. You don't spend the level of time with the child, you don't have the conversation with the child and things like that. And that's whether you're a real parent or step parent, you probably are not going to have the discipline to, discipline that child in order for them to actually get what you're trying to get from them. And I like what the brother said about, he would take that time, his mom would talk to him, right? explained to them what was happening at that particular point, I would discipline the same way in that situation. I would let them know exactly what they did wrong. I let them know what the punishment was going to be. I was going to give them time to sit and think about that for a bit. I was going to deliver that punishment, and then afterwards, all is cool with the house. You paid your debt. All is balanced with the house now. Let's continue forward, and that's all about having the rapport and the discipline to be able to do that.
Wow.
Real shit.
Basically, I think there has to be a balance where you always have to explain consequences before situation. When you always put kids in that space where it's like, now if you do this, the consequences are this. So if you tell them put consequences before situation, that gives them a thought process. It's like, I know if I do this, and that's what I call a healthy fear of your parents. Because a healthy fear of your parents, knowing if I do something wrong, I already know what the consequences are.
Come on.
So that's where you get the
Bars.
That's what I do with my kids. I tell them, what's the cause and effect of what you're about to do? What's the cause effect of what you did do? Because I know you, on one hand, you have the belt, and on the other hand, you have a dictionary and a Bible. And I know that goes a lot further than that beating.
Amen. Bars. I like that. So let me go to somebody else. Let me go to D-Dub. Let me see your face, honey.
What's up?
What's up, D-Dub in the ham?
I'm just sitting there listening to everybody, when they breaking down everything about. See, what I look at when I look at life, I have 2 young men in my life, but every relationship I've been in, I raised somebody else's kids. And every one of the relationships I've been in, every one of the kids to this day still love me and call me their father figure. So when I look at it like this, I never abuse any one of my kids, but what I didn't do is play games with them. I didn't lie with them. I didn't sit up there and say something that I wasn't going to stand by. I didn't disrespect their mother in front of them. I didn't call their mother out their names. I showed them the difference of being respectful. Then they had to respect their sister. I didn't allow them to disrespect their sister. And the type of person I am, when I look at the world today, when it comes to mothers and fathers in relationships now with kids, the women are trying to be their kids' friends. You can't be your kids' friends. There's no way in the hell you can be your kids' friends. And that's where you destroy a relationship at with the father or the mother, vice versa, when you're trying to be your kids' friends. Because you're not meant to be their friends. You're meant to be their parents. That's what you had.
Exactly.
And so when you try to be your kids' friends, I think you're really destroying any relationship you can be in. Because from the man perspective or the woman perspective, ain't nobody going to sit up there and deal with you toying around with your child. You know what I'm saying? Your child 23 years old and y'all kicking it like y'all best girls.
That is the
you know
worst
what I'm saying?
thing on the earth.
I see this all the time.
That is the worst thing, man.
And that's what destroyed most of the relationships in life today. When somebody coming in, you want to love that person, do everything you can by the book. I'm like my man over there speaking. I don't believe, me and my brother the same way, we don't even believe in fighting people, just jumping on people. You got to really take us to another level before we go in on you. We not out there just want to start and then to cause corruption. But when you corrupt us, it's corrupt ass. That's how we live.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's the way we are with our kids. We allow you your freedom. But if we tell you don't do this, I'm telling you don't do this again. You hear me? You do it again. So that means you tried me, right? To a certain degree, you tried me. So if I allow you to get away with what you did again and don't do nothing, what is that showing him to me?
She ain't gonna do nothing about it.
No, that make me look like I'm weak.
And they training you.
I'm just telling you, say, I don't never want to if I invest in money in somebody else's kid, right? I'm asking all y'all this tonight. You spending thousands of dollars on this child, going through college, whatever. You telling me you don't have a right to check that child? Why take my financial money from me to help you raise your child?
Yeah.
But I don't have no insight on your child when they wrong? I don't get it. But that's deep right there. That's the part I have a problem with everybody in the relationship.
I mean, if that man got that far, that's his fault. If he done all the way to send that kid to college and he still ain't got no say-so, that's his fault. He don't need no say-so. He might mess it up
Not his
anyway.
family.
That woman might know something we don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to keep it real. Like you
Well, you got some selfish women out here too, though.
Yeah, but you got to stop. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I get that. But see, there you go when I say about being a man.
Yeah,
when
you
being
gotta
played,
stop.
when you being played weak, you getting treated weak.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
All right, that's what I'm saying. You guys,
you gotta
you
stop.
always got to be the man in your house now.
But let me, it's go ahead. That's a whole nother thing. We'll go for it.
So, when it comes to spanking these kids, guys, I love all of y'all's perspective, because every last one of y'all's perspective is needed, because it's a different perspective that somebody never thought about. Okay, somebody go ahead. We got to go.
I was gonna say one of the other things is the whole tool of discipline is if you don't control it in the household, somebody else will later, and you're not gonna like it. And that's the system and the police. So that's part of being a protector.
Or another man.
100. It's 100.
Or another man.
Absolutely.
That's real. That's real. And we know we don't want that.
No,
now,
ma'am.
I was a step parent. I have over 20-something years of marriage. I did it twice. I was with my 6th grade sweetheart. We got married in 12th grade, and then we stayed married for like 8 years, got a divorce. He went to the military, trained him to be somebody else. He found himself. I think God enabled him to find himself and know who he is. And then he left me with the kids, and then I went and got remarried, a couple of years later. And that was just an ultimatum, because my first husband, I was really in love with him. And when he left, I gave him an ultimatum. He gave me one. We neither one of us did it. So I married somebody else. Big ups to David. David's remarried, got a beautiful wife and a beautiful life, and thank God. And 2 and 2, you know what I mean? So we're happy with that. But being a stepchild, let's talk about that for a second. Being a stepchild, I was a stepchild. And my step-parents were amazing. I have Merlin, we call her Bunny. She's since passed. And she would whip all these girls up. I mean, she kept my hair combed, she kept me clean. You wouldn't know the difference if my mom had me or she had me. So I was grateful to have an opportunity to have such a stepmother. Now, as she got older, I felt a little something different. I don't know my stepsister's going to come for me, but it's cool. I'm around the corner. Bars on that. Bars. And probably my biological gonna come with them, but it's all good. I'm always the odd wheel of the bunch. Family rivalry, it's great. But guys, I am a stepchild, and I'm gonna tell you what I do not like. I do not like when I hear moms or dads say, "My stepdaughter." What the hell? I'm yours. Because did you call my mama stepmama? Or did you call my daddy stepdaddy? So you're gonna step me and take the whole them. That's baffling. So we got to be careful that when you have stepchildren and when you have these gifts, because God gave you the gift. He said, okay, the biological couldn't do it at the moment because I got him caught up in something else or her in something else. But what I need y'all to do is, since you're going to love her or you're going to love him, I need you to step on in and pour all of you into that empty shell and speak highly of the missing parent. Come together with the parent that you are with. Pray together about that missing parent, because you want that child, which is the most important person, to understand that they are loved and they don't have to choose. I did not have to choose, y'all. My dad spoke highly of my mom, basically saying, "You want me to go back with your mom?" I said, "Hell no, she ain't gonna take it, she married." And my stepfather, this man shows so much strength. He put me in place. I told him, I said, "Let me tell you something. This man, my mama house." He said, "No, it ain't." He said, "Let me tell you something, little girl. I married your mama. This ain't no longer you and your mama house no more. This me and my wife's house, and you got a borrowed room." Bars. I wanted to slap the fire. Oh, okay. But I learned something. And out of that learning, guys, because I'm finna turn it back over. I hate to hear myself talk long. I'll give it to y'all. But out of learning that man loved me, and he loved my mom. He took on loving the kids first, because he already knew he was in love with her moment when he seen her. So then when he loved on us and he showed us that he was there for her for real, then it taught me something. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not a step anything. I'm a whole person. So those names, those tags that we give these kids, they're very detrimental. And if one child is ugly and another one is cute, don't go pointing out like, one of my nieces, I think she got a big nose, and my dad always told me, "What's up, big nose girl?" I said, "Stop doing that." because you don't know how she feel internally. So this step thing, guys, it's very important. Now, how do y'all feel about, I'm going to give y'all another question and let y'all marinate on that meat. Queen, I would like to know, because you're a woman in the room with myself, how do you feel about the men when they come in and they want to sit you down and have the conversation? And don't answer, y'all, don't give us the cute answers. Give me the real shit. For real. Don't give me the cute, I need, that's a cute answer. How do you feel when this man come in your house and the first time you seen him wanting to say something to your kid, the favorite one? And don't lie, y'all, because we got favorite ones. I do too. What does that look like for you? Paint that picture. And how can we teach somebody to look at it different and better so that we can get a better outcome and have beautiful families?
Well, for me personally, there is no picture to paint. I just chose not to go that route. I prefer to start dating in that regards after they're older. I'm just on a different kind of journey with that. I've tried it before, and men are different and challenging and interesting.
She's so pretty, y'all.
And honestly, you want raw. I just don't want that opportunity. Not saying it will happen, but I would definitely go to prison if one of them touched my kids. So I'm just not going to have that opportunity. So that's a real thought for me. So that's my perspective.
So you're against, well, I guess you are, because you're against basically spanking too, right? You're against spanking?
Well, if we have that conversation in the beginning before I even open up my world,
right,
and share it like that, then that's also a conversation with them too, right? Mm-hmm. In terms of what his role is in this dynamic now and how respect is there. So that would be a conversation between all of us that's painted prior to just jumping in that role. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has that understanding. There's no play mama against daddy, play daddy against mama. I had both my parents, so I've seen how it's done. Yeah. And my father kind of let my mom be the disciplinary until it got kind of out of hand. Then he stepped up and took over, and he really didn't have to do much, but kind of look at us, and say his 1-2s. So if he's not coming into that, if he's not coming looking like that mirrored image of what I grew up with, I just don't want it.
Oh, that's awesome. Pearson, what you got to say about that?
I mean, she's right. And one thing about kids, it's kind of hard when you come in as a step parent, because kids always want to see a mother and an original father together. You got to build a bond with that child. That's the main thing about it. And you got to talk to them, not at them. Mm-hmm. I don't see nothing wrong with disciplining a kid. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Mm-hmm. And if the mom stands for that, when you taking care of everything and just being a good provider, and she choosing the side when she know he's wrong, then you got to look the picture. You got to overlook the picture. Something ain't right.
Wow, that's right. That's right. That's I like it. So, is there any message that either one of you would like to give to the step parents that has been abused in their role? Because we really gotta stop overlooking these people that are taking the time out of their lives to say, yes, I accept you and all that you come with.
Keep your head up and keep being you. It's a hard job.
That baby said, keep your head up, keep you. What
it is.
You got to get closer to God in your relationships. You know what I'm saying? You got to get closer to God. See, I look at life like this. Anything you encountering in your life, you got to give it all to God first. Once you give it to God first, and then you allow everything else to come to pass. That's why he say, allow him to direct thy path. See, I look at
emotional,
life like this.
damn
It's
it.
not possible. You could come in the midst of any relationship and make it just right. It's not going to never be just right because it wasn't right from the start. Only thing you can do is just play your role and do your best and be your best. And if everybody around you do their best and be their best, everything will come to pass. But if you got anybody lacking and they doing their part, it ain't going to never come to pass. Because if the kids don't want to respect their mom, you trying to get the kids to respect their mom, and your mom get mad at you because you getting on the kids for disrespecting her, it ain't going to work.
Yep.
So that's the problem with most relationships right there. A man coming in, or even a woman coming in raising the kids the same way, because I don't want to make it seem like it's only men. You got strong women out here coming in relationships too. It is more percentage of us doing it more than ladies. But I just tell everybody, for everybody that's out here right now tuning in us tonight, trust God, give your situation to God, and ask God to open the doors for you and show you what you should do. If you're with this person, if you want to win in this relationship, and it's a battle that's out of your control, you give it to God and you come to that woman. If you love that woman, you tell that woman, say, look, I want us to have a family intervention. I want us to come together as one. And I want to put everything on the table. If we're going to be together, I want us to do what we got to do as a family. Because if we're not, I'm going to have to go. I mean, serious.
You gonna be out? You gonna leave like that?
You're going to have to, because if you don't, you're going to end up in some trouble.
Okay.
You're supposed to love yourself first, always.
You gotta do that. You gotta do that. Guys, y'all are hitting some strong points. People out there in the world today, I hope you guys are really paying attention. I hope you're really getting something from this. I really hope that you are diving in and that you are opening up your hearts to receive, because these are some things that can help you in your future. These are some things that can help you in your right now. You know, kids are out there depending upon you guys to get it together. We are the strength that they're supposed to lean on. We're the protection that they're supposed to feel, right? We're the ones that supposed to make them feel safe. So, you know, not paying attention to step parents, guys, that is a disrespect. That is a total disrespect to somebody's time, somebody's love, somebody's commitment, somebody's attention, you know, somebody's gift and talent. You just can't do it. You know, you never can see the creative side out of a person if you don't allow them to do that. So make sure that you love on your person. When it comes to Queen, when it comes to and I'm giving the guests, you know, the audience, her an opportunity, because she's a woman in the house. Isn't she cute, y'all? She a woman.
She all right.
She's a woman.
Yeah, I'm all right.
She all
That
right.
nigga lying. That girl, the stuff, and she's gorgeous. I mean, you know, it's not every day, you know, that we can pay homage to another queen. So, Queen, I just would, even though that is your name, I just want to tell you, thank you for being so beautiful. Thank you for being so humble. Thank you for choosing the path that you did, and thank you for leading and guiding us into the way that you know that God has directed you. And thank you for your awesome answers about, you know, parenting and the way that you parent, even though we parent different, because I'm going to tear my kids' ass up, and I did. I'm going to beat that ass every day. Every time you wake up, get your little glass. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm serious. I'm going to tell y'all what I did. My kids probably they gonna make their own YouTube.
Hilarious.
I whooped my kids. I got them up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I gave them all a cup of orange juice, all 5 of them mugs. And I gave them all vitamins and toothbrushes and cleaned my baseboards, like, because I'm OCD. You can eat off my floor, honey. Well, I had it. I'm homeless now. You know, so if y'all got a crib out there, you can give me. I'm right here to get it. Get not because your ex not. Tell him, Lee Johnson. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I love y'all. I do. So, Lee Johnson, you had a topic on the phone. We spoke. Now, we all talk every single day, me and my crew. We love everybody. You had a topic that you wanted us to talk about this relationship thing, and I would like for you to pose that question, because we got a lot of minds in the house that can expound upon it.
I mean, it's completely off topic what we're talking about, but
It's okay.
it is. I was just. Me and a friend of mine, we talk about discussions every morning, and it's like verbal battle. You know what I'm saying? And we came up with a concept, just thinking of the positions. I should just categorize it as black women. The positions of the black woman today, and the pros and cons of how they got there, and the pros and cons of where they're going in the past. You know what I'm saying? Because the black woman definitely has a position in society today that's not the same when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? That has completely changed, and there's some pros to that dynamic, and there's some definite cons to that dynamic. I was just trying to see, you know what I'm saying, people's opinions on that dynamic. It's because it's
something, man.
It's
So,
a
like,
dynamic.
in what way? Like, is it because are we like we working or doing stuff different? Are we trying to be like a man, or are we taking on manly things that we need to go back to being soft so y'all can have something to really choose from? It, like, in what aspect?
I mean, at whatever aspect you choose, whatever aspect y'all think y'all need to choose, y'all know what I'm talking about. You see it on social media, you see it every day. That's nothing that's even general. So y'all know everybody got their opinion. I
About
just want to
women.
know.
Okay.
What your opinion is.
So, Queen, what do you think about what Lee's question is? He wants to know about the positions that we are standing. Where do we come from with these type of positions and things that we're doing, and how we position ourselves in life? Where is this coming from? Is it coming from the laziness of men because they wouldn't turn around and do the right thing? I mean, it's in the word.
I mean, it's coming from so many different angles, right? We lost our boundaries. We're glorifying trashy, not classy.
Come on, preach it.
We lost aunties, we lost grandmas. Like you said, everybody's trying to be friends or trying to regain that youth. We lost the teachings. It's just coming from so many angles. But I would also have to say it's coming from not having those conversations with each other and who's trying to get more from the other, right? Because in grade school, you think about how you dated, right? And men is crying, I want submission, I want submission, I want submission. And you got that when you first started dating without the concept of what dating even should have been, right? And then you dropped her that week and then you go to the next girl, right? But she still was hurt and damaged with no healing. And now she's attracting the next guy from that place. And then we never said, okay, after you break up, wait for a year, learn yourself again. No, it was like jump into the next one, jump into the next one, jump into the next one. Now you're all an adult and clueless to what it's supposed to even look like. Guys got the gift for gab. So you're thinking, oh, he's the one. And once he wins the prize, he's out. So it comes from so many different angles and vice versa, right? Mm-hmm. It could be the woman like, oh, what you got? Okay, I'll do whatever you talking about till I get it. And then once it's done, I'm out, right? So we have to really understand that it has to be led by God, right? That's the hierarchy, God, man, woman, child. And once we stay in that lane and that role, we can kind of get back where we need to be.
I love girl. Bars. When I tell you the woman is on it, Pierce, what you got to back up on her?
Hey man, she's speaking facts, real facts. I agree with everything she's saying.
Yeah, she's speaking facts.
She really is.
Yeah, she polished. You know, when you polish and you season, you know, like everybody can't cook chicken and fix eggs. You know what I mean?
I know you brothers got a little more to elaborate on that subject.
Oh, I do. But I'm saying I'm just getting her flowers first.
The flowers.
Let's hear your take on
flowers.
I got my babe.
I know you do too, pure soul.
Well, definitely, just fact.
You know, when you look at life, when it come down to expectation and relationships, right? I look at nowadays women have taken this broad terms. Their credit is high and they making a little money now, so they look down on their brothers. You know, they discredit their brothers and don't look. A lot of brothers have been devalued and lost a lot of their have or their worth for raising other people's kids, and they lost out on their opportunities to be successful. And see, women that meet these brothers out here now don't realize how real that brother really is. But you devalue that man because, oh, you ain't got good credit. My credit ain't messed up because I messed it up. You see all them kids over there that's in school, going to college, doing what they doing? I broke myself down. What are you doing? See, when you out here, when you riding your nice ride or living in your fancy house, but if your child don't talk to you when you in your house, you ain't doing a good job. So you can walk around here and be outside and flex and do all that right there. That's a mirage. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's a camouflage you're using in front of everybody else. So when it come down to independence, the independence of women today, they have taken it, which is a wonderful thing to be independent, don't get me wrong. But I think they have taken it and started being disrespectful with it. So they devaluing their brothers to a point to a lot of these brothers are losing their self-esteem in their way of life because the women who they really respected and admired a lot and really appreciated them. If women learn to talk to their brothers to uplift their brother, if you made it, why is it okay for a brother to uplift you to make it, but you can't uplift a brother to make it? See, that part right there is where I'm kind of confused at.
Some of you guys are intimidated by that, though.
That.
I'm not saying we're not, but I'm just saying.
Intimidated by what?
You know why we're intimidated, though? Mm-hmm. Because you hurt to ask because your feelings and your pride and ego, because when you look at a woman, she expect you already supposed to have it. See, but it's okay for a woman not to have it, but it's not okay for a man not to have it.
That can be, there's different types of people, right? But you do have what they call them help meets or whatever they call them, because a lot from women that I know, we see the potential, and we would be like, you need to stop building bear, right? We see the potential in you and say, hey, babe, why don't you do this like this? Or why you gonna do this like this? But the man's ego is like, I'm do it this way. And it's just like, all right, you done did that. You crashed, you burned. But the beauty of being a good woman is to know that he's going to crash and burn and then have the results in the back end. But there's a lot of women that don't know how to do that part. Right?
See what you said, though? See, it's how you saying it. See, the difference is when you're an independent woman, you humble with it. And if you correcting a man and helping a man and telling a man something about himself or what he need to know, where he might be falling off at, he going to respect you and listen to you on that. But when you coming to that man and talking to that man in front of your homegirls or and your friends, breaking them down, he asks you a question, why you can't just wait? I mean, I told you last time that was stupid what you did. So when you do that to a man, you breaking the man down slowly. See, that's why a lot of the brothers out here right now are so messed up in the head when they out here and they jumping on their women, killing their women, beating their women, because that's what's in their mindset, and they pissed. And I don't get me wrong. I came up as a young man. God bless your soul, Father. He was fighting my mother. I seen this as a kid. I made myself a promise. Me and my brother can tell you this day, I don't believe in hitting women. Neither one of us do. I don't believe in touching a woman, period. But I can't stop other brothers for what they do. But this is a situation, what I'm saying. Everybody got to know their lane. So when you involve in, if you and made it, say like you're a very beautiful, successful lady. You meet a brother that could have been successful as hell 3 years ago. He just lost it this past year. He just lost what he had. That doesn't mean he can't ever have it again. But when he meet these beautiful sisters that ain't got it, they so messed up in the head when they look at a brother, instead of like being like you are, we need more women like you. A lot of our brothers will be more successful and regain their conscience, because you got brothers out here in coma walking the street. You got brothers out here walking in coma. Do you know how bad?
But
And you got to understand.
You know why I'm successful in this regard? Because I know my lane and I was working on building them. But they couldn't receive that. It turned into you do it.
You know,
You do it.
That could definitely be a problem.
So now it's like, okay, if I'm going to do it and you're just going to sit in the sideline, you don't need to be here while I do it. Because I know I can. But I know it's God, man, woman, child. Right? It's a pair. It's a partnership. Right? But if I'm cooking, cleaning, caring for the kids, and you still want feminine energy, for me to be in feminine energy, I got to be in my surroundings being in a feminine energy. But if I got to go outside in the world, it takes masculine energy to close them deals. Right? So, okay, cool. I'm going to help you build. Because you guys are the creator, the inventors, all that. We are the administrators, right? Oh, you got a business idea? Cool, let me do it. But if you're sitting there while I'm doing your vision, what are we doing?
What we doing?
What are we doing?
What we definitely doing?
I have a lot to say, but let me try and keep it. I'm gonna try and keep it like together. So I'm gonna say, first of all, I'm a man of faith, and I believe in God, and I believe in His Word, and I believe in purpose, right? And I believe that women were divinely created for a particular purpose, and that purpose was to amplify, to make better, make good, whatever that man puts in her hands, right? So if he gets with this woman and they procreate together, her amplification of what she's given in value is this child, right? If he comes to her with $1, she should at very least be able to turn it into $1.25 or whatever. He brings her a house, she should be able to create a apartment. That's her purpose. She's been designed to make things better, right? That's her design. That man's purpose is to give. It's always been to give, right? His purpose is to give you a house to work with, give you an income to work with, things like that. The problem is the dynamic is totally off, right? Right now, if you're talking specifically about African-American women, they outpace African-American men in education and finances, right? Those are the two power structures of life, is education and money, right? But you have African-American women who outpace men in both, right? So now you're a man who maybe you don't make $150,000. Maybe you only make 75, and this woman makes twice as much. And y'all make a great income together. But she may feel as though because of what she had to go through in education and what it took for her to get there, she may not value you the same way because you're not on the same level. Even though you're doing tip-top best you can, enjoy your job, love your space, because you're not on the level, you didn't go through the things she went through, you didn't build it the way she did, she doesn't respect you at that level.
Yeah.
And a man will never stay in a situation where he doesn't have respect.
If he is, he's using.
Because in Ephesians, if you look at the Bible, it says,
He's using.
husbands, love your wives. It says wives, respect, right? And the only reason why that command was given is because it's hard to do under certain circumstances. That's all I got to say. I'm going to dial back.
There you go. There you go.
Woo! Big ups and claps on that. Good God.
You got anything, Pure Soul? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to?
I mean,
I definitely want to know your opinion.
His name.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to. I have a little treat at the end, but I definitely want to know your opinion.
well,
What is your
one thing I know for sure, man, I've seen a lot of stuff in life, but there's a lot of women out there that want to be saved. If you know what I mean by that, they like to be saved. They'll use you, man. It goes vice versa. Men do the same thing. But
Same thing.
It goes vice versa, but there's a lot of women want to be saved.
See y'all. They tell y'all. Talk about the men saved.
I've had a friend, and he's been with this woman like 10 years. Now, she got 3 kids. Her baby father, he was locked up for 5 years. And he got out last year. He been taking care of those kids all this time and taking care of home, a great provider. The moment that he got out of prison, she left this man and went back to this guy, the baby daddy.
Bet it up.
Now, this guy, he's locked up again for the same thing he got out for. Now she's going back trying to go back to him, man.
Yeah.
He missed out on a good thing.
Wow.
And now they homeless. They've been put out.
Oh man, the decisions we make.
Decision we make.
Decisions we make. I think
crazy.
I think the reason for the question, I like to modulate the thing. The main thing about that question is I don't know. It sounds like the ending of it is basically that conversation is not null and void. It's basically null and void. My theory is from the beginning, if you understand the stuff that you did wrong in a relationship before, even if he cheated on you, even if he left you, he cheated on you, he messed around with all your cousins and your friends and stuff like that. I'm not saying that he is not awful, but you had a part to play in all that. And once you recognize that and you take that and you move on and you don't let that person make you mad about something that ain't not around you, and then you move into a situation with another person, I don't think any of the conversation that we just had would even happen because you already know where you are at.
Yeah.
You know that I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I know that guy was kind of fugazi, but I jumped in the door anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take responsibility of that. You know what I'm saying? And once you do that, you don't have the statements of all men, and all this, and you know what I'm saying? You won't say that because you know it's individual based, because you know you done some stuff.
Yeah.
You just know that each experience is to learn a lesson or blessing.
Exactly.
Amen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Guys, I think all your answers have been phenomenal tonight. I think you guys are on fire. You guys are really giving some deep thought. I have to apologize. I cut you guys off 2 times. I was trying to give the audience, and Lee Johnson came up with a good point. Make sure that we stay tapped into this room with the good thought of with the cast members. The audience, he was wanting to say something before they left, so I gave them that moment. But I really love you guys. I really, really appreciate every last one of y'all in this room. I'm really grateful that God has put this group together to do this at such a time as right now. I'm grateful for Dr. Christina Clemens for running for the president again. I continue to give her the homage on that. That's a strong walk. That's a big, 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 big shoe to fill. You know, and Pure Soul, I like the way you keep up with the songbird, being the songbird of the house, keeping the vibe right. You know what I'm saying? When shit gets sticky, the bird come out. You know what I'm saying? The eagle come out. He ain't no bird. It's an eagle, baby. I thank you, D-Dub, for being that wonderful, like that father figure on the show. You know, giving us the opportunity from another way to look at it and bringing God back to it when Yana play too much. You know, I really do.
I feel you.
I really do. Lee Johnson, always Mr. Philosopher, I thank you for stretching our mind to think of something in a different perspective, a different way. Thank you for giving us that different way to see things. because sometimes we just see things on the surface. And the way that God has orchestrated your amazing mind is phenomenal. So thank you for the extra questions and taking us outside the basic box. Lee Johnson, the philosopher. Appreciate you, my brother. Queen, I just love you. I
Love
just,
you back.
I mean, yeah, Patrick be talking about Yana Lu. I'm going to say it on this show, too. He tell Yana Lu gay. I am happy as a songbird. You better know what that dictionary read. Guys, we're talking about Queen tonight. This woman has written some books. I can't say it enough. We just did a beautiful interview. Please go check out Chew and Chat with Yana Lu. And Lee Johnson is basically holding some of her paraphernalia, one of her books. It's an amazing opportunity to check this out, guys. Dive into this young lady. If you got an opportunity to have somebody to say that they're running for the president, do not prejudge, do not misjudge, do not judge. Just vote.
Just vote.
Just vote.
I'm proud of you, my sister.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
like I said earlier, we need strong, righteous women like you. See, I'm just being honest when I say this. Like the empowerment moves that you're making, women need to be re-educated and balanced, even though they're being blessed, but they are hurting themselves because they're taking their blessings and pushing their brothers away. You see what I'm saying? You're pushing the real brothers away, and we have been we're acceptance to this other side of the world. I just don't want to say it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We're allowing this side of the world to
Homosexuality.
well, I mean, okay, what my sister just said.
You know, I'm going to put it out.
I know she will. She gonna speak it. Yana tell you it all. But I'm just saying, you know, it's kind of hard when the brothers say it. The women can say the hell they want to say in this world. But I'm just
I
saying,
have a
like,
theory on that too, though.
we really, the brothers got to start back getting recognized. Some strong, uplifting women got to start empowering the brothers. When they speaking out here live on these different summits and when they have these conversations, they need to start back uplifting their brothers some. Everything is about, oh, he ain't got this, he can't do this, he ain't got this. Yeah, everybody went through a stage which you didn't have. Every woman went through a process in their life that they didn't have it. Unless they just was blessed and fortunate, came from a family value that they just, you know, the money was there. But everybody had to go out here and work. Now, when you meet some of these brothers and really went out there and did their homework and took care of people for a long time. And now they lost everything and they're trying to regain it. And they're just looking for a beautiful sister like yourself just to uplift them.
So the thing about that is we have this theory that men is supposed to protect and provide, right? But there's nothing that really says you were supposed to provide financially, right? You provide peace, you provide security, because money was never our currency.
No. Constantine, baby,
that's
Constantine.
where the confusion
That's
is
where the
coming
confusion.
There
from.
you go.
Take that piece out,
It's gone.
There you go.
and
Listen.
we will come back again.
Yeah.
Bam.
One of the perfect ecosystems of the planet is a beehive. A beehive is how you're supposed to live. You have the queen bee. The queen bee runs the hive, but she has her checks and balances. You got beekeepers and the bees, which are males, and we are the sword. So we go off and fight the war. The woman got to stay home. Listen, there's no head. There's two heads. She might be the intellectual. You might be the sword. You understand? We are swords. We are explorers. We are the ones that's going to go off and, hey, babe, don't come out here yet. You know what I'm saying?
Shh, I love it.
Because it's the little walkie-talkie. Don't come out here yet.
Look at the lions. Look at the lions. They protecting the home base.
Some of them some lazy dudes. Lie.
No, because if the lioness is in trouble, he comes out and handles
True,
that and goes
true.
back and protect.
But
and
she
so
also checks him, though. I done seen a lot of lioness jump on some
But that's
crazy
the balance.
lines. Yeah, that's the balance.
That's the balance.
But we the sword.
I love y'all. I'm going to tell y'all something. Go ahead. Lee, what you was going to say real quick?
No, that's basically what it is. I mean, the ecosystem of a beehive is, there's nothing wrong if a woman is president, this and that nature, you know what I'm saying? Like she says, we invented currency. You understand what I'm saying? Like if we could have gold and stuff like that, that could be different. But if the world had no electricity, it could really be, there wouldn't be no women in charge, believe me, because, you know, we are strong. So, give me that girl, you know what I'm saying, and drag her off. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? The world is currency. That's the way it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? So, but men, we swords. And they the brain. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with. I mean, it is. I mean, you could run the stuff. Everybody could run the ship. You know what I'm saying? He could run the ship, but I need you here to run the ship because I got to go off and do this.
That part.
So I need you to be able to hold this stuff down even better than me. Because I definitely, and I got to trust you that when I come back, that you still going to be like, all right, babe, you the king still.
So that's the conversation.
You know what I'm saying? Just don't leave me hanging, you know what I'm saying? Just, I got to trust you. You got to trust me.
I like
That's
it.
the
I like it.
conversation that needs to be had when you're dating, right? We're here to build a legacy. Can you do that? And can you do that?
True that.
And what does your legacy look like?
Understandable. That's
And
true.
now, right? Because when them arguments happen, then you know you coming back to purpose. So what's the purpose? Is the purpose in alignment? And once that's in alignment, then the family dynamic would just be fine.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Guys, I love it. We have tapped into some serious stuff. We got to have President back on here. You are an amazing woman. Y'all, what y'all think about her on here with us?
Oh, everybody's amazing. Everybody's amazing.
Yeah, I love her energy. You know, like I serve off energy. You know what I mean? That's just where I'm at in my life now. If I walk into a room, if I can't bring no energy, I ain't no energy in there, I'm going to bring some in there. Bars. I'm going to do it every time. My brother Tate, that's what we do. I just like uplifting people, motivating people. We ain't never been no haters. We like to see everybody ride good, look good, have things. I just feel like why we just can't treat each other that way? Why we have to be so hateful and envious of people just because someone have and someone don't?
Because they're not being led by God.
It's a word
That
called
part.
jealousy.
That part. I know it's coming up here, guys, on time. I really hate it. We really need 2 hours on this show because it's 5 people talking. But let me tell y'all something. God is so good. Queen, you are so amazing. Y'all, this is D-Dub. With Yana Lu and the crew, Big Baby. I like that. D-Dub, damn.
Show your face. Show
Sexy
your
thing. You sexy
face.
thing. Lee Johnson in the house, the philosopher, is always keeping us on our toes, giving us another way to think about things and making us go home and research some stuff. We like that. Lee Johnson, thank you. Big ups, Big Baby. We got my Pure Soul. Yes, love. Pure Soul is in the house. He's always singing something in my ear, whispering sweet nothings, putting things in perspective the way that it needs to be.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Lord.
And for all my beautiful ladies out there, the top of the day, what I'm going to tell y'all is, let her cry, 'cause she's a lady.
Do, 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 do.
Let her dream, she's a child. Let the rain fall down upon her. 'Cause she's a free and gentle flower. Going wild.
Pure Soul got bars. Guys, we love it. I love it. I love it.
I love that. I love that right there.
Y'all know we always come in with a good song. If y'all have any suggestions on what our intro should look like, please make sure you tap into Ongo Productions. DM us. Lee Johnson's gonna knock it out the box. He's amazing with that. If you guys want to see something with Nightcap with Yana Lu and the crew, if you all want to hear a topic for us to talk about, please DM us on Ongo Productions. On YouTube, go on Ongo Productions. Go and leave us a message on what y'all would like the topic to be for the next week. Let us know who y'all would like to see on here. Allow us to know what type of music. I want to give big ups to Mixture. Mixture is my boy over there at Ruddock Automotive for the BMWs. He fixes the cars so lovely. He's smart. He's intelligent. He has his music. Next week, we're going to be playing all Mixture's music. Guys, get ready for that. Mixture is a beast. He's Jamaican. He is off the chain. His music is amazing, and it goes right with the topics. Praise on repeat. Let me tell y'all something. Francesca, praise and repeat. This girl in the background, she's everything.
Hey.
Let me give everybody an opportunity to say their goodbyes before we close out. D-Dub, tell them goodbye.
Love, peace, and happiness. Until next Friday, I will see you at On Go Production with my homegirl, Yana Lu. D-Dub checking out. Holla at you.
Love you, baby. Lee Johnson, tell them goodbye.
Everybody in Atlanta, everybody around the world. See you next Friday. Yana Lu on Go Productions. My man D-Dub, my man Pure Soul. The lovely lady Queen. Peace out.
Love you. Pure Soul.
Pure Pure Soul checking out.
Yes, Lord.
APAP Media.
Hallelujah.
Yana Lu. We'll see you next week, babe.
Yeah. And Miss Queen?
Thank you, everyone, for having me. It's never goodbye for me. It's see you later.
Yeah.
Man, you are amazing. Guys, I love you all. I love every last one of y'all. It is the real Yana Lu, Big Baby, with Nightcap and the crew. I love my crew. I love Pure Soul. I love Lee Johnson. I love D-Dub. And I love Miss Queen, Miss Christine, Dr. Christine Clemens, running for the president of 2024 in America today. Guys, make sure that y'all love on y'all children. Make sure that you love on your step-parents. Make sure that you sit down and have dinner together, watch TV together, turn off the games, turn off the cell phone, schedule that family time. Make sure that you understand that the word step has no longer room and space in your family once you put two families together. Because once you're together, you're not half anymore, you're whole. You were a step when y'all were dating, but you were a whole when you made it.
Wow.
Wow. That was bars. Guys, we love y'all. Nightcap with Yana Lu and the crew. We are always here to talk about those topics that we talk about behind closed doors and need to be talked about in person and in public. And we're going to always give it to you, big baby. So please make sure you check us out next week. We love y'all so much. Patrick Parkins, we'd like to thank you with APAP Media. That's 5295 Stone Mountain Highway, Sweet W at Stone Mountain, Georgia. APAP Media is where Patrick Parkin lives and lies. He gives us the opportunity to perform, so get yourself down here. Go on the website, APAP Media. Book him, book him, book him. He's amazing. He does movies. He produces. He writes. He does shorts. He does commercials. Whatever your needs are, APAP Media, Patrick Parkins has you. Tundada delivered. And we will see y'all next week.
Can I tell you what I've been through? Can I share with you my story? Can I tell you what I've been through so I can give him all the glory? 'Cause I can testify. You know I've been through, I've been tried and true. Yeah, waiting on you to show up, and you did it every time.
Try the truth, DJ Yana Lu, and we out, big baby.
Season of my life.